Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Joanne, and in this video I want to share with you a review on a Lululemon backpack that I have been absolutely loving for work, and I also used it as my personal item last year when I went traveling. So for the longest time, obviously, if you've been on my channel for some time, you know that I really love using the Kate Spade large Chelsea tote. That is still one of my favorite bags to use for traveling, for work, and any of those sorts of situations. It's a great nylon bag in my opinion, aside from, of course, one of my favorites, which is the Longchamp Le Pliage tote. I also love that. But as I've gotten older, I've just found that I have been opting for backpacks versus totes when it comes to just my everyday commute to work, for instance, and also since I've been traveling and just again wanting something really easy to throw on my back and just not have to worry. And so in this video, I was requested by someone, because I did mention I got this bag for my birthday gift last year, and I'm happy to do one. And I was a little bit hesitant at first because I saw that basically all of the colors sold out on the Lululemon website, at least the Canadian one. I'm happy to say that I did a quick look as of this filming, and it looks like they've released it in a couple new colors. There's like a pink and kind of like a grayish purple as well. And I think this is a popular enough style that I'd say they'll probably bring it back time and time again in different colors throughout the seasons. So I don't envision it going out of stock completely as an actual style anytime soon. So we'll see. But first off, blanket statement, I have been loving this bag and I do highly recommend it. So the bag in question is the Lululemon Crew Backpack, and it's in the 22 liters. And sorry, I think it's called the New Crew Backpack, and it looks like this. This is one of the discontinued colors. It was released last year and it's in the color brown fawn, I believe it's called, or is it fawn brown? I always get those mixed up. But one of those, I'll put it on the screen somewhere. And so I'm going to do a really quick overview of all the features of it, and then I'm going to also share with you what I personally put in this backpack and kind of demonstrate, I guess, to give you a better idea of the things that you can fit in it. I think there must be tons of other videos online as well, so definitely check those out if you want to see what others put in their bag and kind of see the variety of things you can also fit in it. So I'm going to put the dimensions on the screen for you to reference according to the Lululemon website. But I saw this and I was really intrigued because I do really like the look of this. And I also found that the measurements kind of showed that it wasn't like a ginormous backpack. Because something that I always struggle with, I find, is that backpacks seem to just overwhelm me. I'm pretty petite. I'm about 5'2" to 5'3", and I'm just generally a smaller frame as well. And so I find normal backpacks just normally look so huge on me, and that's just not a look I'm going for. And also I specifically wanted something as a personal item to bring with me on flights, and just based on those limitations for the size, this seemed to fit the bill. So I was really excited, and I ended up getting this last year in November for my birthday gift, which was perfect because I was going on a trip to London to visit some family, and I was really hoping to utilize this for my personal item, and I did, and it was just the perfect bag for me. I was super happy with it. So in terms of what it features, of course it has this really flat pocket on the front and has this slightly annoying sort of plastic carabiner sort of pull tab. Not my favorite, but it works and it's fine. There is not really any sort of depth to this pocket, so it is quite flat fitting. So I only usually fit some Kleenex in there or something that doesn't require a ton of space so that it doesn't stick out too much. So that is that. And then otherwise on the outside, something that I really love is this nice thick top handle. I find it super comfortable to grab and just carry it or hook it up to anything. So I'm actually really loving that on this. On the back, it does actually have this little strip of fabric right here, which is great for putting on your rolling luggage. This just slips over the handle and it just keeps it secure on the actual luggage. So that's really great. And aside from that, it has somewhat padded straps. I personally really like this because I understand when it's super padded, that means it's much more comfortable to wear. But for me, this is perfectly fine, just enough padding for me. And I like that it's just a little bit of a slimmer profile than being really bulky with the padding. So I personally really love that. Of course, it is adjustable. And then on the sides, on both of them, there is a pocket that you can fit things like a water bottle or any other thing, like even let's say an umbrella or whatever you want. And there's the adjustable little strap here, so you can kind of cinch the bag in or let it out if you need more space. On the top, there's a zipper compartment, and this is actually padded. And I think they said, let me check, that it can fit, yeah, up to a 15-inch laptop. I actually don't have a laptop that big. I only have a 13-inch laptop, but it fits that perfectly. And because it's padded, I think it's great because I just throw in my electronics in there and I don't really have to worry, versus in the case of my Matt Nat backpack where I have to utilize it with a case, and that's really bulky. So I really like that. I normally don't bring a laptop with me everywhere, but if I don't, this is also just a good compartment to fit any sort of flat documents or anything that you may want to separate it. If it's an iPad, really anything like that. So I do really enjoy this back padded pocket. And otherwise, it's really just the main compartment. So the zipper goes quite far down actually. And so it's really nice because it allows it to be really kind of open so you can see everything in it. But if you want it to be a little bit more secure while you're opening it up, you can always just not zip it all the way. But otherwise, it's just a huge compartment. On the back, there's 2 open slip compartments. So I really like utilizing those. And it does technically have this pocket on the front flap, but I honestly think it's pretty much useless. I don't put anything in it. It just is so floppy and there's just no kind of structure to it. So when you open it, even if you don't zip it all the way, it's just I find things just fall out. So I think this is, I wish this was designed better, like maybe if it was zippered or something like that. But yeah, aside from that, I pretty much love everything else about it. But yeah, that is pretty much it. And I think this is just such a good piece as a personal item if you are taking it on a flight. I use it all the time for work. It's just been so easy, especially right now the weather is terrible. It's, I believe, water resistant fabric, but it is nylon, so super easy I find to take care of. And yeah, this has just been so good. And yeah, in comparison actually to my smaller backpack, so you can kind of see, it's just a little bit bigger. Like this is quite petite. Actually, I do absolutely love this though. And in, I think, the warmer weather, I will definitely take this back out, especially if I'm carrying kind of my usual things. This is perfect for me for work, but on heavier days, like just when I need to carry a little bit more things, this is the perfect bag. And so yeah, I've just been lazy and haven't been switching out of it and have been using this. Of course, this would also be, I think, a really great option if you need it for school, an overnight bag, really just anything. So moving on though, I'm going to show you what I actually would bring with me to work and what I would stick in this backpack. So in the front pocket, like I mentioned, I would only stick in usually really flat items. For me, something that's perfect is usually like this little Kleenex holder, just because it's super flat and it's something that I might need really easy access to. And that's pretty much all I stick in there. I really don't usually utilize that pocket. And then aside from that, I actually don't on a day-to-day basis use the padded back pocket. Just like I mentioned, I don't normally actually bring my laptop to and from the office, but of course that would be great. And because it is a separated pocket, it doesn't really impede any of the space in the main pocket, so I find it's totally fine. It doesn't really detract any of the space, and if I do want to utilize it, say I'm bringing some documents and I just want to separate it from everything else, I do usually slot it into that pocket. Usually try my best to bring lunch to work actually, so I'm going to just demonstrate that with one of these little containers. So I actually use this little Baggu bag. It's in the baby size and I just find it super convenient to throw my lunch in. It fits everything, and plus if anything spills, then I can just throw that in the wash and it's good to go. So I normally just tie that up and it kind of looks like this, and I'll just stick this at the very bottom of my bag. So it kind of sits nicely there. And then on the back pockets, I normally fit this little pouch right here, and this fits all of my kind of daily essentials that I usually want to bring. So I have like a mirror in here, lip balm, some dental floss, all those sorts of things, and that just fits nicely actually in one of the back slip pockets. So I'll normally just stick that right in here. And then on the other slip pocket, I have my daily planner. This is usually for appointments, my personal life, all those sorts of things. I absolutely love this little planner. This is from Moleskine. I've been using this for over a decade. I think this is my 13th planner, but I absolutely love this pocket size. And then I also usually bring a little pen holder. This is from Ted Baker. It fits about 3 pens really comfortably in there. And so I just usually stick that together here, and I stick both of them in the other back pocket. And then I also usually throw in my work pass in that same pocket as well. In the morning, I actually just wear the pass, but when I get off work, I usually just take it off and throw it in. Now back to the main compartment, I usually bring a spare little canvas tote bag just because nowhere really has bags unless you have to pay for them now. So I like to just throw that in. It doesn't take much space anyways. And then aside from that, I carry my work notebook. This is from Coach. I absolutely love their notebook covers. It does actually come with a notebook too, and this is from the outlet, and this is literally one of my favorite pieces that they have from the outlet. I have multiple different options that I love rotating, but this is the current one. I just slot that on the back. And then the main pouch that I have all my other kind of essential stuff is here. This is from Longchamp. This is an older version. They no longer make this model, but you can find this in the secondhand market. But in here, I just have a bunch of things. I have like this spare little charger for my phone or any electronics in case I might need that. I have like a full sort of hand cream right here. This is from W Dress Room, and it's in the Peach Blossom scent. I have also just a bunch of other things that I might need for the day. So very much a just in case as well. So that fits everything, and I always just stick that in my bag. Next, I have this little Coach Nolita 19. This is something that I always pack with me. It's such a great option when I just need to, if I am running for lunch, let's say, or coffee or something, where I don't want to carry my whole backpack, but I want something to carry my phone, my wallet, all those sorts of things. This is the perfect little bag that I like to use. It's super easy to throw in the backpack as well. Takes up minimal space. But in here, I just keep my wallet. I'm currently using the business card holder from Louis Vuitton. And then I also have my AirPods in there. And then I just have my car fob and keys in there as well. And I would just usually probably empty my AirPods if I was bringing this out, and then I just throw in my phone, and then I'm good to go. So that also fits super easily in there. And if you look, there's literally a ton of space still on the top, but that is literally usually what I would just bring, and you can just fill it up way more. And so it's such a great piece, I find, for a personal item because you can really stuff this bag if you want. So I'm going to zip that up. Something that I normally wouldn't carry with me is a water bottle, but I want to demonstrate with this thick bottle. This is a 750 milliliter bottle, but you can obviously utilize these side pockets for other things. So this one is quite big. I actually want to see if it fits, and it does. So it's a bit of a tight squeeze, but this is a little bit stretchy, so it does fit. And of course, you could literally carry 2 of those if you wanted. Normally for water, I actually just keep one at work, and then I just have my normal bottle at home as well. So I don't usually carry around a water bottle with me, but as you can see, it can fit quite a chunky water bottle in my opinion. So yeah, I'm going to throw up hopefully some mod shots so you can kind of see a comparison between my Matt and Nat backpack as well as this backpack on me. Like I mentioned, I really like it because I find it's not super overwhelming compared to other backpacks that are bigger. So I think it's just the perfect size and I'm super happy with it. And I would really recommend it if you like the style and all that kind of stuff. I think it's pretty simplistic and it's just a great option. And like I mentioned, I love the look of it. Okay, so this is totally not the best kind of pose, so I'm just going to go on knees, but as you can see, I am quite a petite frame, but with everything in it, I find that it's not super overwhelming. I'm personally really happy with the size. It's definitely a larger backpack than some of my other pieces, but I find, especially compared to a really large tote anyways, I think that it still looks pretty decent for my size. And then in comparison, I'll throw on the Matt Nat Brave. I absolutely love this backpack still. It's one of my favorites, and I'll probably be wearing this a ton in the warmer months as well. But as you can see, this is a little bit smaller for sure. And especially if I am carrying a laptop, this doesn't have any other divider or padding, so it does take up a lot of space. I normally really do not like carrying my laptop in this bag, but it does actually fit a 13-inch laptop, if you're wondering. So that is this. And if you are curious about this backpack, it is one of my favorites. I do have a video on my channel, so I will leave that in the description box if you want some more information on this piece. I hope that was helpful. Let me know if you have any questions though, and leave those down in the comment section. I'll do my best to answer them. As always though, thank you so much for taking the time to watch my videos, and especially those that subscribe, I really appreciate it. I hope you all have a wonderful day though, and I'll see you in the next video.